Pledge of Allegiance, prayer silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of our last meeting?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is there a motion to approve appropriations ordinance number 31?
I move we approve number 31.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Declare the public input session open for any items not on the agenda. Ask for any items online. Nothing online. Anything from the bench?
Vote day.
Yep.
If you haven't voted, today's the day. Get out and do your duty. That's all I've got.
Yep. Yep. And if you voted by mail, go ahead and vote again.
Yeah, no problem.
Pretend you're in Chicago. Anyway, so with that, I'll close the public input session. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we'll have Tim Meyer and the BPU report. We were blessed by an extra meeting.
Yeah. Morning, Mayor, Commissioners.
Morning.
Just to give you an update on a few of our projects, our AMI projects, automatic metering infrastructure, we're installing meters that we can remotely read, and they really have two-way communication. About a third of our meters we could remotely read anyway, probably a few more than that. But these actually allow us to do communication both ways. We can read the meter anytime we want. It also monitors the voltage at a person's house. We'll get 5-minute usage data. We'll know if they're out, so people won't have to call in anymore. We'll actually kind of know before they need to call us, so that's another benefit of it. Also, if the meter gets hot for any reason, it monitors the temperature, so it just allows us to gain a lot more information than we have today. People move in, move out, we don't have to send a reader out to read it. So that's really the reason for that change. But we have about 2,400 single-phase meters that are installed. So in McPherson, inside the town, we have about 6,000 residential customers. So we have 2,400 installed right now. Most of those north of Kansas, east of Main Street. We're going to start west of Main Street maybe later this week. We're doing about 100 to 150 a day, primarily using retirees. And we use some of our own employees, but the retirees are doing the majority of it. Essentially, they have an iPad. They go out there, take a picture of the old meter, install the new meter, take a picture of the new meter so they get readings both ways. So in case we have issues, somebody fat fingers a reading, when they're trying to enter it, we can actually go back and look at the picture. And it's really kind of an opportunity for us to look at the services too. So, but things are moving along fairly well.
Now I know my problem. Fat fingering.
Yeah, that's
That's all right.
And we've had a couple, but we need to do that many. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But at least with the picture, you can call it up, look at it, make a correction, because you'll know what the number is. So
Yeah.
works really well. On our water line work, we're installing a new main from Loomis to First Street, replacing a 4-inch cast iron, and we're going to install an 8-inch. The main's installed from Loomis to Earl. They pulled a sample last week. Bacteria sample should have come back Friday. I haven't heard, but we should start transferring services. I would hope within the next couple of weeks we'll have those done, and then we'll need to go. We'll start running the line from Earl down to First Street. So hopefully we'll be out of the way kind of for school when school starts at Lincoln. So that was really one of our goals, and I think we'll be pretty close to that. If not, we'll be done around the schools. So we may have a little bit farther south. On the JM expansion project, continue to work on that, and some of that work, the underground work inside the substation is done. Hutton Construction's running the power duct bank over to Manville. Because they delayed the project, we could only go so far, so they haven't poured the transformer pad and things like that. And I think most of that's been done. Now we're working on relay panels, DC panels, things like that. The transformers are supposed to be delivered next week, which that was already in place, prior to them deciding to delay the project. So we're gonna have to temporarily store them over at Plant 3. So Belger Cartage Service, they'll come up, offload them off the semi, and we'll have to store them there. But we already have the breakers, so I think from a time perspective, we're in pretty good shape. Things are moving along, and we'll continue to work on that. At the Mohawk substation, the building is the shell of the building's out. There's not a lot that's been done inside. All the underground power duct bank, where the circuits come out, those have all been run. And the drilled piers, there are about 200 drilled piers out there. We're about half done. So hopefully by this fall, Hutton will be done with all the drilled piers. And then you have to put a copper ground grid under the ground. They'll also do that before they leave. But again, this fall is when they're supposed to be done. And then BPU crews will come in, and we're actually going to do all the above grade work. And we'll do all the work, relay panels, stuff like that inside the building. We'll actually install all those ourselves too. So, but that work for us is really scheduled to start next week or next month or next year, and that's when the stuff will be delivered. So we probably won't have it before then. And then I think most of you know we had some transmission issues. I think it was July 15th. Happened about 2 o'clock in the morning. We actually ended up losing 21 transmission line poles. Luckily, Westar released 2 of their contracting crews, Capital Electric. We don't have equipment that's big enough to set the poles from the road. We don't have equipment big enough to get the conductors up to the top of the poles. Even when the lines like that are installed, we have to rent stuff. And so we needed help. And they sent 2 contracting crews. They really did a good job, I think, at working with our folks. I mean, if you actually saw them when they were setting the poles, our trucks wouldn't set them. So they'd actually put them in the hole, then we'd come, plumb them, tamp them, and then they'd have a crew behind us come and put the wires up. So really worked together. Kind of spent the first day just wrecking stuff out. You think that you could just go up there and start chopping stuff up. Well, what happens if you do that is the conductor's got a lot of tension on it. It'll probably start breaking more stuff. So you have to be pretty deliberate on how you take it apart. Plus it blocked the whole road, so it made it kind of a challenge. But we got poles out of Wichita. There's a contractor, or a company that has a pole yard that they have specifically for Westar, and they actually stored poles in Wichita. And so we got some poles from there and some poles from Topeka. But really, Evergy Westar did a great job at helping us out, to be honest. So, but things went well. We're still out there trying to pick up the pieces. We have some single phase line that we had to reroute, and but hopefully later this week we'll be close to done. That's really all I've got this morning. I don't know if you gentlemen have any questions.
Terrific for update on all those things.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice that you picked a cool week for those retirees to work.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, next is building inspection report. Ryan.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Ron.
So I have your monthly building inspection report for the month of July 2020. Residential units, which are new construction, are down 42% for the year. Residential additions and remodels are up 2%. Residential other, which is your general maintenance, water heaters, roofing permits, are down 29%. Commercial new are up 44%. Commercial remodels and additions are down 36%, and the total of all permits are down 28%. We're still well down on the cost of construction over the 3-year average. There just hasn't been one of those big projects like there's been in the last couple of years. So hopefully something at some point here. We have issued 251 permits so far this year, as compared to 347 this time in 2019. 277 inspections have been conducted so far this year, as compared to 364 this time last year. And then just some quick project updates. Piping Technology finished that building out there, so they're good to go. They started using it, and everything is complete there. Best Western Plus, we are just waiting on parts of Champlain Street and the drainage ditch to the north and west there to get completed, and then they'll be done. The building itself is done. John Mansville started back up. There hasn't really been a whole lot from my side to look at yet, but they are resuming production out there, so hopefully we'll see some stuff pretty quick. Ware Technology started construction of 11,800 square foot building. They've got footings and a pad placed at this point, and that's all the farther they are with that. Mid-Kansas Machine has their building up. Most of the sheeting is on, and they started doing rough ends and things of that nature on the inside. And then the well and the accounting firm remodel, they're pretty much on finishings at this point. They got their fire alarms. They were getting those installed, getting a little bit of above ceiling stuff, and then they were going to start painting and things of that nature. So we should be looking for them to be done in maybe a month, maybe a little bit less. So that's all I have, unless there's any questions.
I think so. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Byron.
Thank you.
Okay, Fire Department, Chief Weisman.
Morning, everyone.
Morning, Chief.
We have two things for you this morning. The first one, the fire department has received a grant from McPherson County Community Foundation for the purchase of AEDs in the amount of $5,250. We'd like to say thank you to the Community Foundation for the grant assistance and request a motion to accept the grant from McPherson County Community Foundation in the amount of $5,250.
I'll move to accept the AED Endowment Fund grant from the McPherson County Community Foundation in the amount of $5,250.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
All right.
With that grant, we would like to move into requesting to purchase 5 automatic external defibrillators. These devices are instrumental in cardiac arrest calls. We request a motion to approve the purchase of 5 AEDs from Coast Biomedical Equipment for the amount not to exceed $5,199.
I'll move to approve the purchase of 5 automatic external defibrillators from Coastal Biomedical Equipment for an amount not to exceed $5,199.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Last thing, I'd just like to remind everybody that this is the last week for Farmers to Family. It'll be at the high school. We should start distribution around 12 o'clock. Last week we had a little bit early due to the trucks arriving really early. We couldn't leave it out there until 12, so we were done shortly after 12 last week. But I just want to remind everybody that this is the last week for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody's done a good job, and we're grateful to Bill Fraze for setting this up and allowing us to do this. Okay, call on Todd Martins for Police Department matters.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Todd.
I just got a few things for you. The first one is I'd like to make a motion to approve the resignation of Police Officer William Burgess effective 8/11/2020. Officer Burgess has been a good officer and asset with the McPherson Police Department. He has accepted a new position as a patrol deputy with the Harvey County Sheriff's Office. It's one of them things where he's getting married and his soon-to-be wife works in Wichita, so they felt like trying to get closer to her work. So
Okay. I'll move to accept the resignation of Police Officer William Burgess effective August 11, 2020, and begin the hiring process to fill the vacant police officer position.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And then lastly, Alana Diggs has been a temporary animal shelter technician for the past year. She turned in her letter of resignation on 7/20 of 2020, for her last day to be 8/1 of 2020. Alana will be pursuing a degree from WSU, and we wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors. Making a motion to accept her resignation.
I'll move to accept the resignation of Elena Diggs as temporary animal shelter technician effective August 3, 2020.
Any other questions?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
I see that Chief sent you to do the dirty work.
What's that?
I said the Chief sent you to do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeff Woodward, Public Works.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jeff.
The first item I have here, considerations out of the street department. The street department backhoe mounted pavement breaker broke and needed to be fixed. We took it to B&B Hydraulics Hutchison for repairs. We received an invoice in the amount of $1,234.41.
I move that we approve payment to B&B Hydraulics Hutchison, Kansas for repairs to the backhoe mounted pavement breaker for an amount not to exceed $1,234.41.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Again, out of the street department, we received a resignation from Don Bickford, Equipment Operator 2 at the street department. His last day will be August 12th.
I move that we accept the resignation of Don Bickford, Equipment Operator 2 for the street department effective August 12, 2020.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Finally, I'd like to give you an update on the construction projects we have ongoing. First is an update on the Grimes Anna Street reconstruction project. Work continued on general cleanup items, including adding a section of stormwater pipe at the Hulse area drainage ditch and resetting the in sections. No street closures are associated with this project. Next is Hardup Elizabeth Street reconstruction project. Hardup Street, second 350-foot section south of Hancock. Work was completed on the driveways and sidewalks, and the street is actually being placed there today. Hardup Street, Elizabeth, Kansas. The rock base installation was completed, and the straight runs of curb and gutter were completed, and also the intersection of Park and Elizabeth pavement removals were started. Presently, Hardup Street, Avenue A to Hancock is closed to through traffic with local access from Avenue A, Hancock, and sites. Through traffic on Hardup Street is detoured onto Park. Hardup Street, Elizabeth to Kansas remains completely closed, and the intersection of Park and Elizabeth is closed to start the pavement removals. Next is an update on the Hulse area drainage project. Weather prevented or slowed work for most of the week. The contractor was able to replace 2 ADA ramps that were damaged during construction. The freestanding wings of the First Street box were also placed last week. Hall Strait is not currently closed due to this project, but it is closed from Grimes to North High Drive to through traffic for the mill and overlay. Crescent Lane and Wheeler, I believe they did open up Crescent Lane late Friday, and I believe Wheeler Street should be opened up today. First Street is still closed between the high school and North High Drive. Traffic's being detoured onto Maxwell, Kansas, and Maine. The next project is an update on the Chestnut Street Improvement Project. The storm sewer work was completed. Work continues on the installation of curb and gutter. The street will remain open to traffic through construction when possible with very limited street parking. There will be times the street will be closed, but residents should be able to access their properties from one end of the block or the other. Next is an update on the 2020 mill and overlay projects. We had a very challenging week working between the rains last week. Milling was completed on Northview, Hulse, Walnut, and 6th. The overlay was completed on 6th Street, was completed on Hulse from Grimes to Maine, and was completed on the eastbound lane of Northview. like to remind everyone that weekly construction updates, road closures and detours, and planned road closures and planned detours are available on the city's website at www.mcpcity.com. That's all I have unless there are any questions.
Thank you.
Good progress, all of the mill and overlays looking really good. So,
Should make even bigger strides this week,
yeah,
hopefully.
you're doing terrific.
No, just Oak Park. That needs to be-
Oh, Park, yeah, was also news.
Okay, administrative report, Nick Gregory.
I only got a couple items today, and those are wages and bonds. So, the first item, are wages, and there's a number of pay memos for your consideration today. The first being William Woloff, Fire Department Lieutenant, going from $17.11 to $17.63 per hour, effective August 24th. Josh Prendle, Police Department Patrol Officer, going from $22.86 to $23.79, effective August 10th. Amber Bolby, Police Department Administrative Support Supervisor, going from $24.26 to $24.75 per hour, effective August 24th. Jeff Reif, Cemetery Maintenance, going from 1984 to 2024, effective August 10th. Nicole Cheek, Turkey Creek Golf Course Seasonal, going from $9.50 to $10 per hour, effective August 10th. Maddie Clark, Turkey Creek Golf Course Seasonal, going from $9.50 to $10 per hour, effective August 24th. Virgil Lyons, Planning and Zoning Administrator, going from $28.31 to $29.46, effective August 10th. Catherine McEachern, Public Works Administrative Assistant, going from $18.70 to $19.07 per hour, effective August 10th. And then Jeff Went, Street Department, going from Equipment Operator 1 to Equipment Operator 2, and that's a change from $21.05 to $21.47, effective August 10th.
I move we accept the wages as read.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are two bonds for your consideration today, and that's Skyview Tree Specialists LLC out of Hayes, $5,000 tree trimmer bond, and also EP Tree Trimming and Removal out of Newton, a $5,000 tree trimmer bond.
I move that we approve the bonds.
All right, second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I'm going to move that we recess the city commission meeting.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We'll go into the study
Good.
session. We're back in session for the commission meeting. First item that I would like to bring up is approval of temporary and seasonal positions for Turkey Creek Golf Course. And you have seen that request. I'm on the wrong deal. Come on. So, Gary, do you want to make the motion?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here and I can't find it.
It's
again.
good, just go to the study session
Yeah, I'm there.
and then 1-1, and then you'll see the very first item. Well, you'll see the motion. It's right there.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Gee.
I make the motion to approve making conditional job offers to Courtney Grimley, Bailey Hollinger, and Parker Van Campen for the positions of seasonal Turkey Creek Golf Course Clubhouse employees, pending successful background checks and additional testing effective August 17th, 2020.
I second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now, will we have to do the wages below, since we already did wages?
Yeah, why don't you
Okay,
approve them at those wages?
I'll save him the grief. I would like to move that for Courtney Brumley, effective 8/17, we start her at $9.50, Haley Hollinger at 8/17 for $9.50, and Parker Van Camp on 8/17 for $9.50. Is there a second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, Are we okay?
Yeah, you're good. Now you got your.
Okay, now I'd like to move to the street department for what we need to do there.
I move that we start the hiring process for the replacement of the retirement of one of the street operators and start that process immediately.
Yeah, for EO 2, EO 1, or training, operator in training.
Free.
I'll second
That's
that.
what he said, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So we've got those two things done. Now, if we could pull up, thank you, the McPherson County Coronavirus Relief Fund Agreement that I have sent over, but I would like you to approve this agreement. Is there a motion to approve the agreement that was sent to the county?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I would like to approve the City of McPherson COVID-19 expenses for care funding reimbursement of $172,338.
I move that we approve the 172,338.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, we do not have the direct plan of expenses between now and the end of the year, but I would like to approve any changes that we make today and the ability to send that to the county as soon as we know that amount, what that amount is. So I'll move that we submit the direct plan of COVID expenses for the 5 months from August 1 to December 30th, no later than tomorrow.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anything else that I missed that we had to do?
I don't think so.
Okay, if that's the case, then I move to adjourn the city commission meeting.
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.